Hello again, it's Carl, and this video is about finding the best focus in EL imaging. Quite often, the cameras that we use in this method don't have an automated focus. This means that we will often turn the focus manually around, and then we look at the produced images, and then we define with our bare eye whether something is sharp or whether we can still do something to make the image look better. Let's open this set of images, which were all taken at a different focus level. Okay, let's fit the intensity, let's apply a good looking color bar, and look at these images. Obviously this image is quite blurred, so we moved the focus, we moved it, and now we got something that looks quite sharp. The question is this image sharper than this one or than this one? So at some point it is not easy to determine with the bare eye whether something is sharp or whether it is not sharp. To quantify this, I implemented a parameter called the Tenengrad parameter in dataArtist. You can find it in the toolbar Calibrate, the first one, which is called relative sharpness. And here we have the method Tenengrad. There are also other methods, but you actually don't need to use them. The Tenengrad is just good enough. Okay, let's execute the Tenengrad parameter on all 11, 12 image layers that we have. The Tenengrad basically sums up the Laplacian, so the second derivative, in horizontal and vertical direction. And here you will see quite clearly that image number 5, so this image is much sharper than all the other images. Of course, in a live system, so a system where we focus and create image and focus and create image, this method is good to define at the end which image was sharpest, but it doesn't help us to say whether the current focus is better than the last one. So for this one we need to change a few things in dataArtist in order to automatically read an image which was generated in a file and to execute this parameter on the last image layer. First, let's create a new display. So this is our empty display. It is called display 0. In the next step, we'd like to tell dataArtists that every time when there's a new file in a folder, it should just read this very file. So we go to Preferences, Communication, Watch Folder. I created an empty folder somewhere in this desktop. Yeah, empty folder. That's all. And now every time when there's a new image imported into dataArtist, an import dialog is shown, which basically looks like this dialog. And it says just create a new display for all the new data that is just imported. But in this case we don't want it to create a new display. We want dataArtist to import the current data to the display number 0 and only to display number 0. And also, because it's every time the same, we don't need to see this import dialog, so just use these setups, don't show anything. So this is already enough to automatically import a picture. And the next one. Okay. The next step we want to say, okay, execute this tool on the last layer. And of course we could click this behind every time when we would have a new data. So, new image, image is imported, and click the parameter again. But we can automate this process as well. For this, we go to the Preference menu. You can show and hide this either with button F3. By the way, most of the shortcut buttons you can find in the shortcuts dialog. So we go to F3, or we move the slider on the left side towards the middle of the display. Then we open the Scripts menu, we use the current script, and we say collect this display, because this is the display that we would like to modify. If you only collect the display, it will execute the click method. If you collect a parameter within the display, it sets the value of the parameter. Okay, so we are good. Uncheck this one. We don't want to set the parameter, so we actually only want to click this parameter. This is all. And we want to click this parameter every time when there is new data in this display. That's all. We can hide the preference menu again, and we can continue creating data. So I will just simulate us changing the camera focus and generating a new picture. Okay, imported. Oh, the focus level rises. Let's change it a bit more. Oh, this is not what we wanted. Let's change it a bit more. This one we already have. This one. And again, the focus still goes up. Face here. So we change the focus, we generate more images, and focus goes still up. Very good. And again, focus goes down. Okay. And so on and so on. So with this method, we can directly define and figure out which focus is the best one. That's all for now. Thank you for watching this video, and if you have any questions, please send me a mail or submit an issue on GitHub. Thank you.